You know what? Speaking of a hell of a career, I wanted to start the show off a little fun today because Twitter is not a great place most days.
No, not
But but sometimes they send you something and you go, "Oh man, that's pretty sweet." A few years ago, it was your 1-800-COLLECT commercial. When you were the boxer, I'd never seen it before, and
yeah,
then they
yeah.
send it over. I'm like, "Oh, look at this Twitter, the magic of Twitter." Well, I saw something that somebody sent me of a young Booker T, and I thought I'd like for you to live react to it. It's part of your wrestling career, so I feel like it's in bounds for you to see. And I don't know when the last time you saw this is. You mind if I play it for you?
I don't mind at all. Probably
Okay,
never
so
saw.
this is a throwback clip of a young GI Bro. Here we go.
Listening to the
Inside the
Hall of Fame. Here's Booker T and Brad Gilmore.
Out. When you come to the WWA, this is what you're going to have to face right here. It's the GI Bro.
Well, let me tell you something, Steve, baby. I've been noticing all these big guys like the Super Collider, the Warrior, this Thor. Well, let me... First things first, man. I got a new haircut. Would you like to see it, man?
I want to see. All right.
GI Bro is my name, and beating people up is my game. Look in my eyes. Everybody in the WWA, I just want you to know one thing. The GI Bro is ready, willing, and able to take on all comers in the WWA. That means everybody. Thor, Cherokee Warrior, Super Collider, mainly because I seen what you did. You came out, you tore the sign up, you ripped it out of my little private's hand, and you stripped it in two, man. That's something you don't do. You don't mess with my little privates, man. It's a war. Let me tell you, when I get you in the square circle, when I get you in the combat zone, when I get you in the Ganking zone, that's when I'm going to declare World War III on you and take you clean out of the game, man.
That is one of the greatest promos in the history of professional wrestling.
Oh my God, man.
How old were you then?
25.
So this is year one. This is year one.
That was right fresh out of the wrestling school, man. Literally, we had a wrestling school. We was at wrestling school for 2 months. And after that, we were on television. And that was it. We were wrestling in the Sam Houston Coliseum, man. And I tell you, man, what a beginning, man. It reminds me of the Rocket right there, man. It looked just like the Rocket right there when I started. I'm like, wait a minute, it looked just like Josiah, man. But I swear, man,
you know what's interesting about that? Like, if I'm looking at it, knowing that's like one of your first televised promos is like, I don't know, and I'm not even trying to big you up too much, but it's just like you took to this so easy. Like that for that to be like your first year of wrestling promo, that's like leaps and bounds ahead of people who are on television today doing promos. And even to think about calling them your little, like, my private, I saw you took it out of my private's hand and I'm ready, willing, and able. I'm going to get you in the combat zone, you Super Collider. I'm like, this is great.
Bro, I stole everything from Hogan back then, man.
It's great.
That was a Hogan riff right there if I ever saw one. But I always say when I got in the wrestling business, man, it was like deja vu. It seemed like I had been here before, and I picked it up so easy. Cutting a promo for me, that was literally a first promo. Nobody told me what to say. I just picked up and ran with it. The GI Bro character, I stopped being GI Bro because I had a big scar on my back, and I thought the Army character would play into, me catching some shrapnel, you know what I mean, back in Grenada. You know what I'm saying? I was just making up stuff, and it worked, man. I swear, when I first was doing that character right there, I know we got to take a break in about a minute, but we used to go to these high schools, and man, I knew I had something magical. I knew it was just the beginning of something special. I didn't know how far it was going to go. I didn't know it was going to last 30 plus years or anything like that. But I used to come out, and those kids, man, you could see the stands, man. They would literally come out of the stands and they would mob me, and they would literally be like my little privates hanging out on me on my way to the ring. And it was a magical moment. I remember doing a show in Galveston, Texas, and I remember we didn't have a whole lot of people, maybe a couple of hundred people at the show. And Ivan Putski, he came up to me and he goes, bro, where are your people at, man? And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just a green kid. You talking about where all my people at? And then I can't remember who it was in the ring they were wrestling, but the fans just started chanting all in unison, we want bro. We want bro. We want bro. And I looked at Ivan Putski and I go, you asked for what my people were? There they go.
And then you hit him with one of these.
We gotta take a break, guys. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
That was the one thing that stood out. I was like, it sounds like Booker, but it doesn't sound like Booker. You know?
Yeah.
What we know you as.
Hey man, you know, that was me. That was me.
What was that?
I think I saw Hogan do that one time.
Like, let me just try it. Let me go.
Yeah, I'm serious. I think I saw Hogan do that one time, you know, in one of his promos. It wasn't that, but I think he like it went off the camera, you know. So I was like, let me pull a Hogan here, you know.
I just loved it. Now, who carved G.I. Bro in the back of your head? Who did that? Do you remember? Did you have a barber back in the day?
A spot over there in South Park, right there on MLK. I can't remember the name of the spot, man. It's been that long since I got a haircut, but brother had a little shop over there I used to go to all the time. It was like my little personal little barber shop I used to go to and hang out with the boys, you know, talk shop every now and then, you know. Then getting into wrestling business, I was kind of like, you know, like a local celebrity too at the same time. So it was actually really cool, you know, doing some stupid stuff like that. It's crazy.
Now, you said you were fresh out of wrestling school, right on television. This was the WWA. This was
Western Wrestling Alliance, yes.
And was this the famous one where the money was gone, or was that the GWF?
No, that was Global. Global was where we was told the money was gone, which really was no money that ever anyway, I don't think. You know what I mean? Not for guys like myself. You know, the payoff for a green kid is, you know, going to be minimal anywhere you go when you're starting out. So I wasn't really looking for a whole lot of money, but no, that was the Global Wrestling Federation where Tiger Conway say, you know, if you're thinking about going to Global, I just want to let you know, the money is gone. So y'all might as well stay right here where there ain't no money.
One of the best lines in the world. But like, what do they do to like? I guess for the WWA to be on television, did they do anything to like prepare you? Like, hey, okay, G.I. Bro, you're gonna go in and we want this promo. It's gotta be 60 seconds. There's gonna be a guy on the other side of the camera who's gonna give you a cue. Was there anything like that, or was it just all feel?
You got a promo, you know, who you're gonna be, you know, perhaps working. It was just a general promo. If you notice, I didn't have any specific person I was calling out.
Super Collider was your brother, right?
Yeah, Super Collider was my brother, Cherokee Warrior and Thor.
And
Those
Thor.
those are like three of the main guys in the company. So you know, cutting a promo like Dusty say, you want to make sure you talk about the guys, you want to talk about the town, you want to talk about the arena, stuff like that. So I knew all of those, the framework of cutting a promo. Of course, I wouldn't, you know, as confident, you know, as I was in later years, but you could tell I was on to something. I had the beginnings of what a promo should be like.
Yeah. And like it's like as far as first promos go, I was really, that's what the tweet was. Someone was like, as far as early promos go, you could tell Booker T was a natural. And when you look at it, you're like, oh wow, yeah, it's like not a bad promo, even by today's standards. Like if somebody cut that on television, you go, man, that guy's got a lot of energy.
You know,
a lot of charisma.
I say, man, it's when I watch it back, man, I just see a kid that was just happy to be in the business doing something. I mean, look at me, man. I mean, look at me. I got an army outfit, you know what I mean? I got a whole rack of bullets on that I went to the army surplus store. I went to the army surplus store and got all that stuff. I even had a hand grenade around my neck at one point. You know, I'm serious. I came out with a hand grenade. You know,
hilarious.
No, I'm serious. I still got one of the jackets G.I. Bro wore, a little vest downstairs, you know. So that character, man, is definitely fueled me to do something special in this business, man. I love that character. And then to be able to bring it to the big screen as far as WCW, you know, which, you know, my trainer, Ivan Putski, he's the one who actually said, hey, you G.I. Bro. You know, I came in with a army hat on that I had found at this warehouse that I was working at. And I cleaned it up and, you know, put it on. I went to wrestling school and And Ivan, he saw me with the hat on. And he goes, you know what? That's who you are, GI Bro. And I was like, GI Bro. He was like, yeah, GI Bro. And I was like, all right, and that's why I started. Seriously, something similar.
Well, yeah, because back in the day too, this is 1990. People didn't really have just first name, last name. You had to be something, like the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. Ooh, yeah.
Well, for me, I thought it was it could work because Desert Storm was going on.
Right. This is
For me, I thought it was going to work because Sergeant Slaughter was, coming to the end of his run. And I was like, I'm going to be the one to step in Sergeant Slaughter's spot. That's what my whole plan was. That was the master plan, was to step into Sergeant Slaughter's spot in the WWF and take it to another level. That was the plan.
Wow, man. It'd be interesting if that's the path that you ended up going down. When did you drop? Did you drop GI Bro when you got to Global?
Yeah,
Global, right?
Yeah. My brother and I, when we went to Global, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, he actually wanted to bring us in and make us this cool tag team, and put suits on us, and make us it was just out of the box. Two brothers winning the championships. He had this whole plan for us, but when we went down there, it was my brother going to get a tryout, and I was just tagging along with my brother. And Hot Stuff said, well, who's this guy? He goes, well, that's my brother. And he goes, is he a worker? Yeah, he's a worker. You guys ever tagged before? Yeah, we've tagged before. We never tagged before at that time. So he's like, well, I'm looking for a tag team, and I was like, great, what I mean? Here we are, And he goes, well, what's your name? Well, I'm Booker T, He's like, man, that's a great name, Booker T, and my brother's name, at that time, he wasn't Stevie Ray.
Right.
And he goes, well, you got to think of something cool for you. What about Stevie Ray? Like, Stevie Ray Vaughan, like Stevie Ray. And I was like, wow, Booker T and Stevie Ray, it sounds great.
It sounds really good.
But Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is the one who put that whole thing together.
Where the hell does Super Collider come from?
You probably, I don't even know if you was born yet, Brad, but it was, do your history. It was a Atom Smasher.
I know what a collider is. So that's what he did it after?
I'm just letting you know where it comes from. You asked me, I'm telling you. All right.
Enlighten me.
I'm fit to enlighten you. Back in the day, they were building an Atom Smasher in Waxahachie, Texas, and it was called the Super Collider. Never happened. It never went off. But that's where my brother got the name from, which I thought it was a really, really cool name. An Atom Smasher, the Super Collider. Oh man, it had a lot of good feel behind it, I think. But never worked out too good.
It never got there. Got there. But we saw GI Bro later, Super Collider, but it's cool. How long were you in WWA?
That company lasted for about maybe a year and a half. Maybe, I don't think it lasted 2 years because we had a nice plus school out in Southwest Houston, and beautiful, beautiful school. In a high rent district. And then, I don't know, the rent stopped getting paid. And then,
it was that high rent.
But Ivan, he had a nice car, all the family, everybody had nice cars. They was making some money. The investors who bought in on that thing, I think that's what it was. A lot of investors that bought in on it, and they just mismanaged a lot of the money. But we moved from there to like in the hood, where if it rained, we'll get a little bit of rain in, rats running around and whatnot. And then after that, it pretty much folded. And then I went to this place called Texas All Pro Wrestling here in Houston, and I worked there. It was actually I had some great times at Texas All Pro because I got a chance to learn from Tugboat Taylor. He was one of the guys, Tiger Conway Jr., another one of the guys who I really got a chance to sit under the learning tree, and from a perspective. I got a chance to wrestle Killer Tim Brooks. First real match I ever had, and I think I learned so much in that one outing with Killer Tim Brooks than I had learned that whole time that I had been in wrestling. That one night with Killer Tim Brooks, taught me everything I needed to know about this business, you know. So moving through those channels, I learned a lot. I didn't work a whole lot of independent shows, only here in Texas, only here in Houston, actually at the Unicorn Ballroom every Sunday at the Unicorn Ballroom. And what a great time I've had at the Unicorn Ballroom. The one night, I know we got to take a break. I think I left the Unicorn Ballroom after the night with Killer Tim Brooks because I thought I was going to get a payoff. And brother came to me and he gave me like $20, $30 or something like that. And I was so bad, I threw the money back in his face and I walked out. And it was the last time I ever worked for Texas All Pro. But we got to take a break, guys. Stick around. You're sitting in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.